So now I want to look at the semi-automatic digitizing um, options here. Click to fill without holes, click to turning fill, click to outline, click to centerline. All of those work together. I brought in a piece of clip art here. Um, some areas have outlines, some areas don't have outlines. Like in this area, they don't know there's outlines here. Um, it's a nice piece of clip art to be able to use to show how these work. So starting with click to fill, you click that, and when you come over here and you click, let's say on the background, it's going to bring up this for the first time you do that. It'll bring up this setup here. So this is to prepare your artwork for the embroidery. Notice this is the original picture and it says the number of colors are 250. That's because this is a JPEG and all of these are pixels, and some of those pixels to make this color vary a little bit. And so it's counting 250 different colors, and it's saying it can be reduced to 20. And these are the 20 colors. And notice some of these are almost exactly the same thing. There's a slight shade difference, but not something that you would want to use 20 colors. Counting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count 8 colors. So I would put here 8 colors and click it, and it should reduce it to 8. So 8, and they are 8 different colors. All of these have enough variation: dark purple, medium purple, light purple. This is a kind of a grayish purple, white. This is almost, you could say, black, but it's, and then these two browns, medium, light, and dark. So you have purples and brown, beiges in this design. There is another line here called cartoon processing. We don't need it for this one. Cartoon processing takes up a picture that has a lot more colors in it. It is a lot more sophisticated, and it allows you to reduce it to um, more or less a black and white cartoon image of it, almost like line art, but not quite. We'll do that in a separate video, because that's involves a much more complicated process. So um, if I were to click on this one, notice this say locate. Where's that color? Those are the colors that 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 makes up. And this one, those are the colors. And if you wanted to merge two colors, you could do that. For example, if I hadn't reduced this to 8, I could have done this with the other one. Let's undo this and I'll show you. So for example, we find two that are kind of close. Let's say this one and this one. So which one is this one? I don't know. It's there are little dots there, but not enough to worry about. So you could, and you can click this one too, holding down, clicking both of them, and then you can merge those two. Now this one, locating it, you have all of those colors. So you could do it manually, but I'm going to just do it non-manually. I'm going to reduce it to 8 colors. And if I want to see which each of these are, again, I can click on it and locate it. Those are all the outlines. What appear to be black are this dark blue. All right, so once you get it reduced to what you want, an idea of what you want, you click OK, and now it's in the hoop. Now, watch it when I take my cursor on top of this. it uses this cross to mark everything that makes up that one element. So if I were to click on this, click to fill, it would do all of those areas that are marked. If I were to hold it over this one, it would do all of this area in here, or all of this area. Now we'll start with the background. We'll probably end up deleting it later, but as I say, each of these works in this with this picture right now. So click to fill will fill the area with the weave stitch tatami. So not with satin, not with 3D satin, not with embossed, just with the satin. So if I click here, it fills that whole area in with that white. Because it takes whatever the background color is and it brings up that. So the advantage of this is that you're manually choosing what you want and what you want to leave out. You can also choose whether you want weave or satin, because if you do click to fill, you're going to get weave. If you click to turning fill, you get, let's do this one here, you get satin. So if I click this, now that area is satin stitches because that's click to turning fill. Click to fill without holes, that's going to, for example, this area right here has this hole in the center, and I could click on this and fill this white, which I just did. Let's come in here and show you. And I could click the center and do that purple. But supposing I don't want supposing I don't want a center there at all. Let's undo that, undo both of them. I click to fill without holes. Now I click it. It covers the whole, do you see it? It covers the whole thing. There is no hole in the center now. I could now, because underneath it, in the picture, there's still that. I could click this now, and it would put that dot on top of this whole thing. Now I could, if I didn't want the hole, I could have just left it that way. Now I put embroidery on top of embroidery, and so this embroidery will be higher than this. It raises it up. Now, supposing I want them to be the same level. You could have done it the way we did it the first time. There would have been a tiny little gap between the two because there is a little tiny line around there. So, and to show you that, holding it here, can you see the black line around it? That's a thread width, the width of a running thread. And if you didn't want that at this point, because you put this on top of this one, I could come up here to, I think it's under, remove, I don't see it here. Sometimes things don't light up unless you, let me see. There is one here where you can remove the background, but can't find it right now. I'll have to do that in another video because I don't see it. I know it's just not, it's probably grayed out and I can't find it. I thought it was here and under the files. but I don't see it. Let me look, object, edit objects. I don't see it there either. Well, it's something I'll have to show in another. It was something I used to use a lot. I don't use it as much anymore, but I can't find it here. Advanced Digitize. Nope. I don't think it would be under any of the others. Well, anyway, so you have this option of doing a whole thing without and covering up the hole. Sometimes those holes get in the way, and so that's why you might want to leave it out and then put in the hole manually later, which you can do. So let's go back here to digitize here. So we have the digitize. I want auto digitize. Okay. So we have the click to fill, which does the weave stitch. So let's say we want a weave stitch here. We just click on it. It used to be in the old versions, Digitizer Pro, Digitizer. This particular one, which is the same as Hatch, is MB or MBX, both of those. In the earlier ones, Digitizer Pro, there was a drop-down box with the click to fill that you could tell it to match the color that was underneath it, or you could choose your own color from the bottom. It doesn't let you do that anymore. I wish that it did, but it doesn't. So click to turning fill does the satin stitch, and click to fill does just the weave. And so you could go around here and using either one or the other, you could fill in areas, and maybe don't want this area filled in because this might not show up as well with it filled in, or I might not want these bumps in here filled in. And so you just go around and you click click the ones that you do want. And so, for example, I might want this one satin stitch and this satin stitch. And it's doing these lines in here as satin too. But this one I might want weave. So click to fill is the weave. And maybe I'll do this a weave and this a weave. But I'll do the other two satin fills. Satin, satin, satin. And I think this needs to be satin. There's a little mistake here, and I know why it's making that mistake. It's because turning fill, notice, likes to go with the direction of the curve. Now when it gets to here, it's confused because this is all one area. And if there were a line right here, it would have no problem going all the way around that. But because there's no line right here, it's not sure how to do this. So what it's doing is it's going down to here and then coming back this way. That can be fixed. It's not a not a big problem. So let's do this as these two as fills, as weaves, and this should probably be satin here. So we'll do this satin and this satin and this satin. So we've done some of these areas. Now, again, the outline is also part of this. So let's look at the outline. Click to outline, and let's say I do click this one right here. It's going to put an outline stitch around both sides of this and this here and this side here. And you can't see it because it matches the background. But if I select that and do the black here, now you can see it. So it's matching the background. Now in this case over here, it is black. So if I click this, it will do a black because that is already black. If I click this one, again, it will do gold, but I can change it to black. Whoops. I think I didn't click to outline. Click to outline. Now click it. Now select it because it's gold and do the black. Now you have a black outline around everything there. And I think I might want to put an outline around this one and make that black as well. And now the inside of this one can't, this is where that piece is. And around here, see all these? Now if I try to click an outline on those, it won't work. But I can click each one individually and outline it. So click to outline, and let's do this, 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 because it's treating each of these as individual elements. And now I could have gone in here and alternated maybe one weave, one satin, to give you an idea. I might do that. Let's see. And 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. All right, those that I just made, these white ones down here at the bottom, I'm going to select those and turn them black. Come on. Why aren't you turning black? All right, for some reason it didn't want to do that. And I could, as I say, I could have gone in here with the click to fill and filled in each of these with something different. I could have done this one with the weave, every other one weave. Come on, weave, 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 and then the ones in between. Come on. Do them satin. So let's go in and just show the difference. So weave, satin. Doesn't make enough of a difference that I would really want to do that. Let's delete those. So now I want to show you the difference between this outline and the click to outline center line. So I'm going to leave these and I'm going to do click to outline center line. So we're going to click this one. Come on. We're going to click this, click to outline center line. Where is it? Click here. It puts the line right down the center. What it's doing is measuring the distance between this line and clicking down the center. And I could do that with each of these. When would you use this? Well, it does come in handy. Like here, if you want, maybe down the, imagine each of these as a leaf, putting a line down the center of the leaf. Also, sometimes in red work, it comes in handy. Now, you see the difference between this and the automatic? Again, you get to choose what you want to do here. Yes, it's not letting you choose your colors, but you can come in afterwards and choose colors. Let's take all those whites that I just put in there, and let's make them dark purple. Or, all right. And let's say I want to click to center line around this line here. There is already a line on both sides. Let's do a click to center line here. Click to center line right here. Put a center line around that. So maybe let's do a click to center line here. Notice it did the same thing with the leaves because these are all connected. And let's do a weave. Let's do a weave stitch here. And for each of these, we'll do a weave here, here. Actually, let's not do weaves there. Let's do weaves here. And this one, let's turn that dark purple. Show unused. Hide unused. All right, let's make that the dark purple. Undo. It turns something wrong here. I'm picking the wrong one here. It's this one I want dark purple. But it's under the other, so you can't see it right now. So I'm going to send that to the bottom so it shows up. Notice this side got flattened. Again, because this is the outline and this is the outline, and that is the center between them. I'm going to put a second outline around that. So I'm going to go to click to outline and click this one. And now that should be this one. No, that's not that one. I want this one. And I want to do a regular outline. And select that and turn that purple. No, it's not what I want. Let's do this one. Copy, paste. See if we can do this a different way. This one is click to outline. Didn't do it. All right, at this point I need to combine some colors here. So I'm going to take this one up by this one and send the black down to the bottom and send the white up to the top. This one moves here, this one moves here, this one to the very top. And we should not have more than 8 colors when we're done. We may have less, but we shouldn't have more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's come out. And we don't want the background. So I'm going to delete that one. And we're going to turn off the bitmap. And this is what our design looks like. And I'm going to turn off the hoop so you can actually see some of these yellows in here. Now, this one, the white, needs to be on top of this one. Which one is this? That one is 42. Glacier green, 4071. So it needs to be on top of this one. So let's put this one all the way at the beginning. Now you can see that white there. The one in the center, yeah, we'll leave that. It'll be a little bit high, but that's fine. And so this is what the design looks like with, and if you'll notice, let me turn the hoop back on, you'll notice that there are areas that have nothing. We could have filled them in, but we left them blank. And some areas are sand stitch, some areas are not, and we got to choose what we wanted. At least we got the choice of the stitches. Now, I could come in here at this point and I can change it even more. I could, let's say, turn on the background, because as long as the background's off, you won't do anything there. Let's say I want to click this part here, click to fill, and click this part here. And let's say I want now to change this to an embossed or motif. I think a motif, though that little flower here won't show up very well. A motif fill that um, let's say this cross stitch sort of motif fill. Now it kept the color. Let's come in and take a look at it. And see, you have that, see the motif fill in there? And that's a color that you, again, you would want way up here at the top so that this gold shows up on top of it now. And that's, I like that. I could do the same thing in this area here. All of these areas here. Let's say I want, so I could click to fill and do this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, this, this, all of these. Come on up here a little bit more. This, 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 and this. Now I'm going to select all of those. And I'm going to change them to the same color as this one was, which is this number here. And I'm going to change it to the same motif, which was the cross stitch. Now, no, they did show up in here. Let's come out, undo, redo. I think I hit the wrong button there because some of them showed and some of them didn't. All right, let's undo that again. All right, so now that they're all selected, object properties, I want these, and I want motif, and I want to come down here. How about this one? No. It was a cross stitch. I did pick cross stitch instead of motif the last time, but it's not filling in this area. And that's because full cross, these are all done, but why didn't it do this one? This one, click to fill. This one, and this one. Come on. And this one. And change those to, come on. Now it changed it to cross stitch. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but, and then I move that up here. I would probably want to resequence the objects so that it didn't skip all over the place in there, and maybe some of the other ones as well. So, I mean, that gives it a more like an edge of lace. And now this area in here needs something. So we could, I could fill in that background, but I don't want to. I think I want to I think I want to do turning fill these white ones. And that actually looks nice, I think. And so I'm going to move that one up here. And I think this one needs to be white as well. And move that one up here. And now let's turn off the background again and see what we got. So we have this nice little motif. You could put it on something. And so while we have this, I think I'm going to go ahead and show you something else you can do with this. So let's come out further so we can see the whole area. Now this is a large hoop, and this takes up a lot of room in this hoop. I'm going to turn the hoop off, and I'm going to select the whole thing by dragging a box over it. And I'm going to group that together just because I don't want... Grouping things together makes it easy to move it around without grabbing hold of part of it and leaving things behind. Grouping is really an important function. So while I have it grouped, I'm going to come down here to Layout. And now there's different things in Layout that you can use. I'm going to turn that background off. Show bit background. So there's different things here that you can do with this. One of them is mirror horizontal. What that does is it noticed it automatically flipped it. It is making a copy of it and flipping it over. Now it can be horizontal this way, or it can be horizontal this way, and you just need to decide where you want it to be. And then you can, once you get it where you want it, notice it's perfectly lined up with it. In other words, the top of these, come here, the top of these are exactly the same, on the same level, and everything is mirror image of it. It's a mirror image of itself. So that's mirror copy horizontal. Then there's mirror copy vertical. Now it's taking both of those and hitting vertical. Now I could also bring it down here and do vertical down this way. Which do I like better? Let's do it down here. All right. Once you click it, it makes a copy of all of that. And then there's mirror copy both. In other words, it's copying it above and to the side. So, and you could spread these out. You can spread them out as far as you want. So before I do that, I need to see more. So let's go out a little bit further and mirror copy both. Oops. You have to select it. Select it all. Select it all. Whatever you select is what it's going to copy. So mirror copy both. So it means it's going to copy in both directions. It's going to copy above it and to the side of it. And again, you can spread this out as far as this way or as far this way, or both as far as you want. Or you can have them touching each other. It thinks I clicked it, so it's going to put them right there. And because you've got a lot of elements here, it's going to take a while to do that. All right, so there's mirror copying both. Now, I'm going to delete these, and these, and these. I think I'll go just back to, I think I'll go back to the original one. Let's come in a little bit just so you can see this. Now I'm going to, again, select this, circle layout. Now it's doing 5, but you can come up here in the corner and change the number. Instead of 5, I'm going to tell it to do 8. Now it's doing 8. And how far out or in which direction you want these 8 to go, again, it's wherever, however you pull it out, however far you pull it out. I think this is fine right there. So it's going to make 8 of those in a perfect circle. And wherever I clicked was the center of that circle. And that's what it would look like. It would make a nice doily or on a piece of linen. Or all right. Now I'm going to go back again. Let's undo that just to show you. Now, define work area. So let's say I have a piece of cloth and I want it's a yard square. No, let's make 24 inches square. 24 inches. 12 by 24 inches. Okay. A rectangle. And it's picking a color. That's fine, green. All right. Now, the only reason you would need that is there's 2 other things here. Circle layout to work area and mirror copy to work area. So if I click this and I mirror copy to work area, it knows that I have 24 inches and it's mirror copying it to that work area. And if I click to, instead to circle to work area, it knows it's got how big that is, and it puts it right in the center of that work area. So click enter, and I would get that. So that's the only reason why you would define a work area here. And auto center in work area, if you want to, the design that you have, you want to center it exactly in that work area, that's what you would click. So that's what this layout is for. And it's still working, trying to bring that up. And so this is what you would get. I don't know that I would use that for anything, but you never can tell. I'm not going to save it. So that's how we're using both the layout, that's the layout section, and the auto digitize semi-automatic.